So just about everybody seems to suffer with them at one time or another each year.
And Dr. Ackerman gave us some good tips dealing with them the other day. We were talking about allergies. Take a listen. Well, spring has already sprung and we are headed for the summer, and with the warm weather comes a lot of blooming plants, flowers, and grasses. And while that, of course, can be very beautiful, it can lead to a lot of misery for a lot of people who are plagued with allergies. Dr. Scott Ackerman is one of the First Coast's leading oncologists. He joins us every Friday to talk about important health issues such as this. I know a lot of people around here, Dr. Ackerman, who are suffering from the allergy seasons and the pollens and all that stuff. So what exactly happens to your body when you're exposed to something that just sets it off?
Well, a lot of people have allergies, and people that have allergies have an immune system that reacts inappropriately, if you will, to substances that are usually harmless. Things like pollen, mold, pet dander. Most people don't really have a problem with that, or maybe just a little bit of a problem, but people with allergies have an immune system that is hyperactive and reacts inappropriately, or reacts a lot more to these allergens than other people. And the kind of reaction that you may get a runny nose, you may get itchy eyes or watery eyes, excessive sneezing or nasal congestion if you have allergies to some of these allergens.
So apart from never going outdoors if you're allergic to some of the pollen, which of course you can't do, what are some of the things that you can do to help reduce your risk of getting exposure and thus setting off your body in this allergic reaction?
There's lots of things you can do to reduce your risk and also to minimize the reaction that you have to allergens. So first, let's talk about reducing one's risk for exposure. And the first thing to talk about is pollen. So if you're in the house, close your windows, run the air conditioner if you're sensitive to pollen. Make sure that you change your air conditioning filters fairly often, because if they get stopped up, they're not going to be that efficient at removing the pollens from the air. And on your shoes, when you're outside, you walk through the grass, you walk from the car into the house, pollen is going to get on your shoes. So leave your shoes at the door if you have allergies to pollen. And if you're outside, make sure that you go outside in the afternoon. Avoid the mornings. In the morning time, pollen counts are higher. But once the wind comes, it moves everything around and pushes it around, the pollen counts go down. When you come inside the house, wash your face, wash your hands, shower, get those pollens, get those allergens off your body.
So there are a lot of medications out there that you see, you know, a lot of commercials, a lot of pharmaceutical commercials promoting various things, and you see some items when you go to CVS and Walgreens. What are some of the things that we can be doing to help that we might be able to get just over the counter?
Right, so there's different kinds of drugs that we could take. Some are over the counter, some are prescription, some are natural drugs. So the first class of drugs is antihistamines. These block the histamine receptors and blocks the body's histaminic reaction, which will reduce the swelling and that sort of thing. Drugs like Allegra or Benadryl, they could find in the pharmacies.
Those also make you very tired too, for some reason. I don't know if it's the Benadryl, if there's something specific with that. I mean, it helps tremendously with the allergies, but it also puts me to sleep.
And in fact, if in some of the over-the-counter sleeping medications have that in it, have Benadryl in it, the Tylenol PM, that's just Tylenol with Benadryl, and it also makes you sleep. So you want to, you got to balance that. Maybe you take that in the evening, if you get tired. There are also some that don't have the same set of effects. Things like Claritin doesn't have the same set of effects as the other antihistamines.
And then steroids and allergy shots, is there even a shot that you can get that can help suppress some of this?
Well, there's steroids that you could take. There's even an over-the-counter one right now called Nasacort. It's a steroid. It can be taken on a short-term basis to reduce some of the swelling. And allergy shots, if you see your physician, he or she can find out exactly what you're allergic to and then desensitize your body to these allergens by exposing you to very low amounts often, which gets your body gets used to these allergens and is desensitized to the allergens.
It's actually something you can do for your pet, and I did it for my dog because she's allergic to palm trees. We live in Florida, so it's like, how can I have a dog that's allergic to palm trees in Florida?
But you can also do it to, if you're allergic to dogs or cats, you can, the other way around, if you're allergic to the animals, then you can get desensitized to your animals as well.
There's also natural remedies too that a lot of people say are just the bee's knees and it works better than anything else. I mean, do you agree with that? And if so, are there some that we should tend towards?
I do. A lot of my patients ask me about that, and they go to the health food store. A few simple things, a saline solution, the neti pots. Even some of my staff, they use these neti pots. It cleans out the sinuses and it gets all the...
Kind of a gross procedure.
You know, once you do it a few times, you get used to it,
Yeah.
and you feel really a lot more alert, a lot better. You feel cleansed inside. Humidifiers are good in the house. It keeps your passageways open better. And some of these herbal remedies, eucalyptus oil, those sort of things, go to the health food store. It can't hurt. It may help reduce some of the reaction.
And is there time that you should go see an allergist? I mean, after a while, if nothing seems to be working, obviously you go see a doctor.
So allergies, may seem like something very simple and not to be too concerned about. But the truth is, if you really have a problem with allergies and develop a lot of allergic reactions, and your sinuses get swollen and your sinuses get full, that could lead to more serious problems. It could lead to bacterial infections, and bacterial infections in your sinuses can need to be treated with antibiotics. If they're not treated appropriately, you can develop meningitis. So you can have very serious problems if you're not treated properly, if you have allergies. So I suggest that if these allergies are affecting your daily living, and over-the-counter medications aren't helping, you see your physician. You can get tested to find out what you're allergic to. You can be prescribed drugs that'll minimize your response to these allergens.
All right, Dr. Ackerman, thanks
Thank
so
you,
much.
Casey.
We appreciate you joining us,
Good
and
seeing
thanks
you.
for coming every Friday, as you do, and for sponsoring this segment. And remember, you can contact Dr. Ackerman if you have any questions regarding today's health topic or any other health question that you might have on your mind. Very simply, go to Dr. Ackerman's Facebook page, which is facebook.com/First Coast Oncology.